The latest royal conversation has once again sparked questions about the lives of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. But behind the headlines lies a much bigger story, one about fame, identity, purpose, and the pressure of living in the public eye. Here's a highly engaging, YouTube-safe storytelling version in a dramatic royal commentary style, rewritten for narration and audience retention, while avoiding harmful or defamatory claims. Welcome back, everyone. Lovely to have your company today. And you know, sometimes a single photograph can say more than 1,000 interviews ever could. One picture, one moment, and suddenly people everywhere begin asking questions. Questions about happiness, about purpose, and perhaps most importantly, about whether the glamorous life people dream of is really as perfect as it appears from the outside. Recently, a photograph began circulating online showing Meghan Markle attending a private family event in Chicago. On the surface, it looks simple enough: a friendly appearance, a social gathering, nothing more. But as always with the Sussexes, the internet immediately exploded with speculation. Why was she there alone? Where was Prince Harry? And why does every appearance involving the couple instantly become global conversation? Now, whether you support Harry and Meghan or not, one thing is impossible to deny. They remain two of the most talked about public figures in the world. Every appearance, every statement, every photograph becomes a puzzle people try to solve. And perhaps that's because their story has changed so dramatically over the years. Once upon a time, Harry was seen as the carefree prince, the royal rebel with a warm heart, a mischievous sense of humor, and an ability to connect with ordinary people in a way few royals ever could. Then came Meghan, the American actress who brought glamour, confidence, and Hollywood energy into the royal family. Together, they looked unstoppable. For a while, they were the future. The modern royal couple many believed could reshape the monarchy for a new generation. But fast forward to today, and the conversation feels very different. There's now constant debate about what their future actually looks like. Critics say the couple appear increasingly disconnected from the royal image that once made them fascinating. Supporters argue they are simply trying to build an independent life away from palace control. But whichever side people fall on, there's growing curiosity about whether Harry and Meghan are truly moving in the same direction anymore. One thing royal commentators often point out is how differently the two now seem to approach public life. Meghan appears comfortable remaining visible, attending events, launching lifestyle projects, speaking publicly, and maintaining a celebrity presence. Harry, meanwhile, often seems most energized when involved in causes connected to service, veterans, or humanitarian work. And that difference may be more important than many realize. When Harry recently appeared at international charity-related events and military-centered engagements, observers noticed something striking. He looked focused again, confident, comfortable, almost like the prince people remembered years ago. It reminded many viewers of the version of Harry who once thrived during royal tours and charitable missions. Because regardless of what people think about him personally, Harry has always appeared to function best when he has clear purpose. That's why many believe projects like the Invictus Games Foundation remain deeply important to him. Invictus isn't just another public appearance. It's personal. It's emotional. It gives him something meaningful to fight for. And perhaps, in many ways, it's become the one part of his public life that still feels entirely authentic. But outside of those moments, critics often question what role Harry now plays in Hollywood-style celebrity culture. Unlike traditional celebrities, he didn't build his fame through films, music, or business. His identity was rooted in royal duty, military service, and public connection. Without that structure, many wonder whether he's still searching for where he truly belongs. As for Meghan, she continues trying to reinvent herself in the lifestyle and media world. From interviews to branding ventures, there's clearly an effort to create a new chapter beyond royalty. Yet public reaction has been mixed. Some admire her ambition and determination. Others feel the projects lack consistency or clear direction. And that's the challenge with modern celebrity culture. Audiences move on quickly. In today's world, attention is everything. One week the internet celebrates you, the next week it searches for someone new. Maintaining relevance is incredibly difficult, even for global names. And perhaps that's why every new appearance by Meghan becomes such a talking point. People aren't just reacting to the event itself, they're reacting to what it represents. Is this reinvention working? Are Harry and Meghan building the independent empire they once envisioned? Or are they still trying to figure out what life after royalty truly means? Those questions have only intensified as comparisons with the working royals continue. Every successful royal tour by Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, inevitably sparks another wave of online discussion about the Sussexes. William and Catherine represent stability, tradition, and continuity. Harry and Meghan represent change, disruption, and modern celebrity culture. Two completely different paths. And perhaps that's why public fascination with both couples remains so enormous. Interestingly, many commentators also believe Harry may miss certain aspects of royal life more than expected. Not necessarily the palace rules or constant protocol, but the structure, the mission, and the sense of identity. Royal life gave him a schedule, responsibilities, and a clearly defined role. Outside that world, things become far less certain. Imagine going from globally recognized royal duties to suddenly asking yourself what comes next every morning. That transition would challenge almost anyone. At the same time, Meghan's world appears centered around networking, branding, media appearances, and maintaining visibility in elite social circles. There's nothing unusual about that in Hollywood. In fact, it's how modern celebrity culture operates. But for Harry, who spent most of his life in a completely different environment, adapting fully to that world may not come naturally. And perhaps that's where much of the speculation surrounding their relationship now comes from. Not necessarily conflict, but difference. Difference in personality. Difference in priorities. Difference in what fulfillment actually looks like. Now, to be fair, nobody truly knows what happens behind closed doors except Harry and Meghan themselves. Public commentary, online rumors, and tabloid speculation only tell part of the story. Social media often creates dramatic narratives far bigger than reality. But because the couple remains so famous, people continue analyzing every appearance for clues. Even something as small as attending separate events becomes headline news. And perhaps that alone says everything about the level of attention they still command worldwide. What's particularly fascinating is that despite years of criticism, the Sussexes remain impossible to ignore. Every new project trends online. Every interview creates debate. Every photograph becomes content for endless discussion videos, articles, and social media reactions. That level of global fascination is rare. But fame can also become exhausting. Because eventually, audiences stop asking what you were and start asking what you are becoming. For Harry, the answer may lie in purpose-driven work like Invictus and humanitarian efforts. For Meghan, it may lie in creating a lifestyle brand and building influence outside the royal system. Whether those two visions fully align in the long run is something only time will reveal. But one thing is certain, the world is still watching. And perhaps the biggest irony of all is this. The couple who once stepped away seeking privacy remain among the most discussed public figures on the planet. Every move analyzed, every silence interpreted, every appearance debated. And somewhere beneath all the headlines and commentary may simply be two people still trying to figure out who they are outside the roles the world originally gave them. Now here's the real question for you. Do you think Harry and Meghan are successfully building a new future beyond the royal family? Or do you believe the shadow of royal life will always follow them, no matter what they do? Let me know your thoughts below.